Yeah, it was definitely a really good team win, and I was just happy with the fight from the guys because we didn't have the best start, and they just kept fighting, and then the poise that they showed, and it was just fun to be a part of that.
I suppose those first few games, second halves, third quarter, fourth quarters, sort of went the other way tonight, where you sort of took a bit while to get going, but then once you did, you sort of just kept that momentum up and finished all the way.
Yeah, you know, we're still coming together as a group, and so it's funny, you lose a lead and in a game 1 or 2 or 3, and people love to say, oh, they drop leads, and you know, I heard the same thing last week because we had an 8-point lead in the first half, and that's nothing in basketball, because then we come from 15 down to make it a game. I just think we're learning to play together, and the guys are starting to believe in each other, and when they fight and share the ball and play with poise, they can be a pretty good team, and that's what we saw tonight. Yeah.
I won't say it's pressure. A lot of us weren't here last year, so what happened last year has nothing to do with us. We're a different group of guys. Coach trusts us. We're a talented group, and like Coach said, once we come together and we understand that we can't do it by ourselves, we're going to be good.
Just on that, Mike, have you sort of reached that to make sure these guys, that you guys forget about what happened last year and start fresh?
Not really. You know, we haven't really talked too much as a group about last year because, as Scott said, it doesn't affect many of the guys. So we've talked more about the things, the values and goals that we have of this group, and and the way we want to play. And the guys are buying in. They've bought in the whole year, but they're getting to know each other. So yeah, you know, I've never heard Scott mention last year's team until just then. And it was really to say that he doesn't think about it.
I don't know. I mean, you could just tell. I mean, the guys are not worried about what happened last year. Granted, it's not something that you could just like not acknowledge, but it's a different group of guys that are hungry for something else. So we're just coming here, different game, different night, something new.
Mike, I'm sure you have a plan for short and long going to the game. Did that plan sort of get thrown out the window after the first quarter? You really dominated that first period?
Yeah, no, it was kind of like we had a plan. We didn't enact the plan, and then after that first quarter, we tried to enact it better. And so it was really the physicality that he came out with was more than our physicality, and we had to match it. And I think the guys did that a little better. And there was the guards were pretty good about helping down later in the game and piecing some balls, and you know, it kind of gave us a breath, and we started being in attack mode after that.
Were you impressed with the turnaround from Cam? I mean, I thought he had his colours lowered in the first half and then sort of managed to turn around and put pressure back on Long and the other bigs to make them defend.
Yeah, I thought Cam stayed with it and just played through some early tough plays and was really good. It's just, you know, it's a 4-quarter game, and he played through the fourth quarter, so I was happy, just like the rest of the team. But Cam was great.
Nate got real deep post touches tonight. Was that a focus to get really close to the bucket? He seemed to just be able to turn and score a handful of times.
Yeah, it's always a focus with Nate to try to get as close as possible to the basket, and tonight he did a phenomenal job of getting where he wanted to be on the floor. He's been really good. You know, he's been great with the group as a leader, and then he's played good basketball. So tonight it was great to see him get touches that deep and also finish.
So to bring up last year again, as no one's talked about it, but obviously Nate's got a new role this year, and he seems to be so much more vocal. I mean, what sort of growth and that type of stuff have you seen from him in your 2 years here?
Well, yeah, he's taken it on. With the number of new players this year, he's got a little fatherly with some of the young players and kind of taken them under his wing and been really genuine about it. And he still deals with his frustration and still wants to play, a lot. And so he's just trying to fulfill his role as well as he can in this team. And sometimes that's going to be 25 minutes and 20 points, and sometimes it's going to be 12 minutes and being a great voice on the bench. So he's just done a good job of being aware of more people than just himself, more so than last year. He wasn't bad at that last year. He's just growing.
Obviously, quick turnaround. I mean, it's probably a good opportunity to keep some momentum rolling into New Zealand on Thursday.
Yeah, we've had great patches in all our games. You know, it's just good to get two out of three of the last 3 games have been wins, and we just have to keep piecing together full games.
Just quickly back on Oliver. How many turnaround from first to second half? Do the assistant coaches get in his ear, or for a young guy to turn a game around like that on the fly? Say something. Was it all him, or?
He owns up to it. He owns up to it. He knows when he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. He owns up to it. Like, people would probably come up to him and tell him, but he owns up to it first before anybody has to tell him. So he knew what he had to do.
It's probably half the battle being professional. A lot of pride in your own performance to say, yeah, hand up, I did something wrong, let's fix it.
Absolutely. We've been preaching that in the locker room all season, to be accountable for what you do.
Mike, just on the development of Quad, he's obviously a very talented young man. I think at 9 rebounds tonight, maybe 7 points. He's been looking at that 3 ball. It's probably not his strength right yet. Is there sort of, do you encourage him to take that shot, or you prefer to see him come inside it?
I'd like to see the balance. I think he's a really good 3-point shooter. A lot of it is shot selection when he chooses to shoot that. When he's set and balanced, he's a very good 3-point shooter, and we've got guys that love to deliver the ball to shooters if they're open, and so I think he'll get open looks. He just has to continue, 1, to have confidence, which I don't think is going to be a problem, and 2, to be balanced and take the right shots and balance that between drives to the basket and attacking the rim, because he's good at that too.
Just one, I think he had 56 points in the paint. I think most people coming to tonight wouldn't think that you'd be able to have that many points in the paint against Melbourne or Sean Long. You know, probably big men is not your strength either. I mean, you've got a couple of really good guys, but you're quite mobile. Was that pleasing? I mean, was that part of the plan to score inside the paint, or just sort of how it unfolded?
Definitely. You know, we have guys that can finish at the rim. I don't know why people would think that we
have
don't.
Good big man.
So I think we'll continue to go at the rim, and when they stop us at the rim or attack that guy in bunches, they'll kick it out to shooters, and guys have shown that they're pretty good shooters, and yeah, we'll continue to keep that as a game plan.
Scott, did you enjoy that battle with Mello last night?
I did. Melo's a great player. We've been at it back and forth back in the States as well. Wasn't nothing personal. Just every point guard in this league is kind of good. So every night for me is a work night. Got to bring it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.